Welcome to episode 10 of Malaise. Got Young Link against Zero Suit Samus. This is the finals. That also means it's going to be a best of 5. So, best of 5, first to win 3 matches, is not the overall loser of the Malaise 2024 season. Not that this video is coming out in May, unfortunately. A couple of delays happened this year, as they do. Zero Suit with her full jump out of shield. If you just watched the previous episode, that was something that got her punished once or twice. That and her over-reliance of hanging in her shield for just a little bit too long. Young Link catching Zero Suit with an up smash at the ledge, not able to capitalize on it. Zero Suit flip kicking to the ledge, a questionable choice. I suppose if Young Link were to either drop off the ledge or try to ledge jump, she could hit him with the spike hitbox. Both characters getting a couple stray hits every here and there. Kind of explains how they both made it into this finals for being the worst. Young Link getting the up special to up air kill confirm. It's not exactly a kill confirm. There's actually quite a lot the opponent can do to mess it up. But Young Link's up air is actually a pretty strong move, so if you land it, it can absolutely kill people at higher percents. Zero Suit slowly approaching. Young Link with an up smash into his air. Not something you're going to see real life people go for. He actually landed though, so I have to give him kudos for that. Zero Suit gets put off stage, flip kicks back to safety. She kept her double jump through all that, and Young Link doing his thing where he just goes too low and is not able to make it back. Gonna be real fun to figure out how to train that out of these amiibo. I don't actually know if I can. Up special on stage, it at least resets the positions. Second up air, not quite killing. A third up air probably will, if Young Link can land it. I'm pretty sure his fastest aerial to come out, so it's coincidentally the easiest one to hit. Although it does also require the opponent to be above you. Toon Link gets Zero Suit Samus' second stock. Only 8% to show for it, puts him at a strong lead. Zero Suit Samus jumping out of danger perpetually, as you do when you're Zero Suit Samus. Or at least when you're this amiibo, Zero Suit Samus. Up air to up special! We finally see Zero Suit do it. It doesn't kill, but at least she gets the combo to work. Great tech, probably a life-saving one. I don't know if she had her jump, but Young Link could have used more offstage pressure to basically mess over Zero Suit. So getting the tech definitely puts you in a much better situation. And Young Link got the kill there. And for our second match, we're going to have Young Link against Zero Suit Samus. Again.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, looks like we're going to be on the Minecraft stage. In effect, it's just going to be a slight alternative Pokemon Stadium, long stage, 2 platforms. These ones are slightly closer to the ledges, though. Young Link using the duration of his up air to actually catch Zero Suit Samus' air dodge there. Zero Suit pulling out the most impressive combo I've seen from her all day. That was 6 or 7 hits. Granted, it felt like 2 combos because one ended with an up smash and then she just landed a couple up airs. Zero Suit Samus does die first, though. Her up smash is long enough to hit Young Link while he's on the platform. Again, Zero Suit Samus tries to flip kick as an edge guard. The spike is an incredibly well, I don't know if it's the weakest or strongest spike out there, but it's a spike and it sucks to get hit with, so it definitely can lead to a kill. Up air to up special. Samus seems to... Zero Suit Samus is either learning or listening to me. I don't know if it'll be enough, though. She's already 63% at her second stock, and Young Link has been pretty consistently killing Zero Suit before she hits about 130%. Great parry again. That is one thing that Zero Suit Samus actually seems to be very competent at. Shielding and parrying for the correct duration. Tech rolling on the platform. A little questionable. I don't think Link could have hit her with anything. Maybe if he threw out an arrow, but the amiibo hasn't been doing that hardly at all, if ever, these last couple of matches. Catching Zero Suit with the up smash. That's going to be the second stock. Zero Suit does not have much to show. He needs to get a lot of damage on the board, and then a quick kill, and then another kill. There you can see Zero Suit actually managed to hit Young Link while he was off stage, but he was at such a low percent, it really didn't do anything. It got extra damage, which is always nice. Up special, sending Young Link away. Flip kicking off the stage again. Charging up smash, but Young Link came through the platform too quickly. Three, four up airs. Great combo from Zero Suit. Relative to the other combos we've been seeing, especially near the tail end of this tournament. I'll say it, this video and the last video is the first time it's felt like the amiibo didn't quite know how to function. It happens every year when you get the worst of the worst amiibo pitted against each other. That's kind of the point of the losers tournament, to figure out who needs to be retrained to become more competent. Zero Suit Samus getting a kill there. She's been struggling with that all day. I will say, though, that in past years, the competency threshold has usually come into play a little bit earlier, at least from what I've seen. It's kind of hard to judge. Great combo from Zero Suit Samus, actually. Like, I have no complaints. That's the kind of thing she should be doing in every single match. She shouldn't be rolling into the tail end of an up smash, though. Jumping out of flip kick to throw out a back air. It actually worked, strangely enough. Especially because flip kick is such a intimidating move. It has a spike hitbox. You can actually cancel the move to throw out a kick, which has a different hitbox, but, yeah, you know what? The differences are subtle enough. I don't think I can describe it well enough in this video, or at least in this match. Especially because somebody might be dying soon. Young Link? It's gonna be Young Link. Which means Zero Suit Samus wins the match. And for this match, we have Young Link against Zero Suit Samus. As a general spoiler, all of the matches of this video are going to be Young Link against Zero Suit Samus. I'm announcing it for consistency in case you're watching any previous videos, but it shouldn't be any surprise at this point. It's a tournament. This is the finals, you could call it. Even though it's kind of reversed from what you would normally consider to be a finals. Zero Suit once again flip kicking off stage. She hasn't gotten it to land once. I don't know why she keeps doing it. Getting a back air kill though, and she was able to recover. Young Link coming up through the bottom of the stage. That is something you can do on this stage. Alright, the amiibo just switched places there. And Young Link didn't grab the platform correctly. That's going to put him at a heavy detriment for this match. He's already 2 stocks behind. It's possible to make a comeback from something like that, but man, is it hard. It's actually easier if you're against a human opponent, because human opponents will go for the risky offstage edge guards, usually in an attempt to look cool or maybe just save a cool replay they can show their friends for later. Try to be hype and all that. Which, it's a lot easier to go for that sort of thing when you're a stock ahead of the opponent, because if you die, you still get to fight them normally. So it's a lot less of a risk compared to if you're both on your last stock, where going for that sort of thing can lose you the match. It's probably why you don't see too many tournament matches where people go for it. Obviously some people do. Some people live for the adrenaline of that sort of thing. But also they hand out money at the end of the tournaments. Money that you get more if you do better. So you don't see it as much. Zero Suit, after all of that weaving back and forth, still gets hit by Young Link's bomb. Young Link now having a hard time hitting Zero Suit Samus with anything, throwing out attacks just too far in front of him. Finally gets her with a forward air. Not going to kill though. A bomb into a hook shot. If he had thrown out almost any other move there, it would have either done more damage or, with half of his aerials, to be quite honest, would have killed. Zero Suit applying a lot of pressure. Young Link was unfortunately, well for Young Link, facing away from the ledge. Young Link has a forward throw that kills. His back throw really doesn't. Up air not going to kill Zero Suit. This stage, along with some others, is more, first of all, it's lower down on the camera. And part of it is, I believe this stage was actually originally on the Smash 4 for 3DS, which doesn't actually affect much in this game. It does, however, mean that sometimes the composition of the stage is slightly different because it was originally intended to go on a 3DS screen, which is a lot smaller and has lower resolution. They made the stage look great for this game, by the way. One of the very subtle, if it's either conscious or an unconscious decision, is that the platform in the middle is lower down on the screen. So the lower blast zones are actually pretty close to the stage. That does, however, mean that on a 3DS screen, you get to use more of the screen. If the platforms were just a little bit higher, since characters are usually never below the stage, but they are quite often very far above the stage for whatever reason, whether you're playing with items or final smashes or anything like that. It is interesting to see how the spatial optimization can affect that sort of thing. Also, interestingly, this rule set is with hazards off. This stage, it has a lot of moving platforms, but none of them are counted as a hazard. The developers did actually have to go through all the stages and basically decide what was and was not a hazard so they could turn them on and off. And it's a young Link getting a kill on Zero Suit. If he could pull it back if he gets another kill, probably a really cheap one real quick. Back here, not enough to kill young Link. Zero Suit almost swinging up through the bottom of the stage, and actually doing it there. You've got the long flat part of the stage morph. It's not a stage morph, that's a different mechanic. It's one of those moving stages. Young Link gets sent very far out. He has to use his recovery at the absolute limit, and that gets him grabbed by Zero Suit. Alright, both amiibo are just jumping apart from each other. Up smash is going to kill. That means Zero Suit is going to take this match. And for our next match, we have Young Link against Zero Suit Samus. Man, I gotta say, it's getting really hard to commentate some of these matches. Just nothing is happening, there's no stakes. The amiibo are struggling to play correctly. Though Zero Suit seems to have come off to a very uncharacteristically good start. She seems to be doing a lot better against Young Link than pretty much everyone else she's been up against. Up special actually beating out the down air. I'm a little surprised. Footstool on the stage, though. Young Link throwing out a boomerang. It's actually a pretty good move for Young Link to use. It covers a lot of space just because of how long it stays out. And if you hit somebody on the forward throw, you basically get to combo it into whatever you want. Usually a forward air. Up smash, not quite killing Zero Suit. The ceiling is just too tall. Zero Suit grabs Toon Link's bomb. And by Toon Link, I mean Young Link. Down tilt to tech roll up air. Not going to see that too often, but it worked. Up smash not reaching high enough on this particular platform. It's something that the tournament players actually don't usually have to worry about, since there's only 4 or 5, maybe 7 stages in any given rule set, and they're usually pretty equivalent. There's less of a guessing game for how high a platform is, and that affects what moves will hit from a character who's below. For example, an up tilt or an up smash. Young Link has found the up smash button. He is using it relentlessly. Actually getting a clash there. Oh good, they threw out a move. I was afraid for a second that they'd forgotten how to do that. Up smash, not going to kill nearly this early. Going low, the Young Link special, that's going to take one of his stocks. Still up to Zero Suit to take 2 stocks before losing 1, while at 95%. That up smash getting closer to killing. The ceiling on this stage is a little bit higher than a lot of other Battlefield stages would be. Zero Suit getting the spike for once. It's higher up than you'd expect based off of other similar stages. Zero Suit didn't have her jump. That's that stock. That means we're going to be going to Game 5. And for this match, we're going to have Young Link against Zero Suit Samus. Alright, looks like we're going to be on Yoshi's Island for the last match of this year's, April Anger and related seasonal content. All comes down to this. Zero Suit Samus coming off to a very strong start. Chaining together up airs. It's almost felt as if the stage has dictated whether the amiibo get a competent AI. Because sometimes they just don't accomplish anything. And then in the next match they'll suddenly know how to do everything. And it just makes me wonder how much that affects what they can and cannot do. Young Link throwing out a Zair. Barely able to grab that ledge. Down throw to up air actually connects. Zero Suit parried the first hit of the up smash, but she didn't redo her shield for the second and third hit. Zero Suit Samus getting killed off the top by Young Link's up smash. His sword may look pretty short, but it hits surprisingly hard, I gotta say. Zero Suit Samus ran into that, at least the last hit. And did nothing to avoid that. Both characters with the tether, and they make it onto the stage without incident. Young Link catching another tech roll with his up air. This stage does have a very high ceiling. Although, unlike some other stages, I can't give a solid or concrete reason why. It just does. You know what? I've given it some thought. When the hazards are off, the platform in the middle can actually tilt. I'd want to say slightly, but it can be a very noticeable tilt. Not that that usually affects the stage that much. However, if you were to get hit by an up smash on the very top of the tilted platform, it would kill a little early if the ceiling wasn't as high as it currently is. So that might actually be the reason. Even though it hardly ever happens, most of all the fighting on this stage takes place in that bottom crevice or crater there. And Young Link takes a second stock off of Zero Suit. If he can avoid a quick and untimely death, he might have this match in the bag. Zero Suit starts the up air chain, and only gets 2 of them. The very aggressive jump at the opponent and then air dodge. A questionable move. Gets an up air and an up smash using the added length of her plasma whip to actually reach the platform. Interestingly enough, the slope of the stage at the bottom does actually play a factor. I don't think it will for Zero Suit because her up smash is long enough that it should hit from anywhere in that channel. However, for other characters who have slightly less range, that's going to be the match. Young Link takes the set, which means that Zero Suit Samus is the absolute loser this year. Well, that's it for the tournament this year. Hope you all enjoyed this journey. Hope you all join us next year as well. Maybe even watch out previous years. I'm gonna have to dip out though, because I've got a couple of contenders I gotta start training for next year. Bye.